On this episode of Road Trip Masters, Brian and I roll into a town that was once the epicenter of a major boom and find out about a man who changed the world. We'll shack up at a caboose, put a smile on some cookies,
Now this will spike the blood sugar.
and hit a festival that is centered around black gold. So sit back, relax, and let us do the driving
Right here on Road Trip Masters.
I'm Nick Kessler.
And I'm Brian Fulmer,
We're teachers that have a passion for travel.
cruising the highways and byways in our 1968 drop-top caddy.
We discover the places and people that make this nation great. We are Road Trip Masters. On this week's episode, we cruise into Titusville, Pennsylvania, located in the far east corner of Crawford County. This town is considered to be the birthplace of the American oil industry when Edwin L. Drake first hit crude on August 27, 1859. Now, this quaint destination offers its visitors plenty to do. One can hitch a ride on the Oil Creek Titusville Railroad or check out the Titusville Iron Works, which dates back to 1860. So it was only appropriate that we set up base camp at a place that offers its guests a truly unique overnight experience.
Julie, here we are, Caboose Motel. Pretty iconic if you ask me, because not every town can boast that they have a Caboose Motel.
They are actual metal cabooses sitting on railway tracks, but as soon as you open the door and go inside, they look like a regular hotel room.
Now, some of them have that little sky portal, I'm gonna call.
The cupola. All of our king rooms are the ones with the cupolas up top, and then all of our double rooms, they have bay windows on the sides. Most people that stay here come to ride the Oil Creek and Titusville Railroad. It's about a 3-hour round trip, 27 miles long, down through the valley that changed the world.
You have something special here on premise, a special type of train car.
The railway post office car. It is the only one in existence in the United States.
Are you telling me we can mail something right from that car?
We sure can.
Looks like we gotta hop on over there and get our mail on.
All right.
And that's when I ran into the GM, Sherry, who told me just a little bit more about this Titusville treasure.
It was built in the 1920s for the Chesapeake and Ohio. It is the only operational railway post office car in the United States, and it's ours to claim.
How did they get the mail if it's on a train?
There were setups at each one of the stations where there was an arm that swung off of the train that would drop and pick up the mail bags as they went through the different stations.
So I can mail a postcard to my son, who didn't join us on this road trip, right from this car?
All you need to do is pick out your postcard.
Dear Chris, make sure you keep the house clean. Be back soon. Love, Mom and Dad. When in Titusville, stop by the Oil Creek and Titusville Railroad and mail your postcard today.
Well within walking distance of the caboose lies Fat Chad's Brewing, a restaurant serving up their own handcrafted brews and perfectly paired dishes.
Here at Fat Chad's with Chris. Chris, what do you have for us today?
Today we're going to make you a garden pasta with steak and shrimp.
All right, where do we start?
We're going to grab our 3 pans. All 3 of them are going to have a little bit of different amount of oil. We're going to grab some mushrooms.
Red onions,
Yep. A little bit of salt and pepper.
peppers.
Super low heat.
Next, Chris deveined the shrimp and put them in the pan, followed by the sliced sirloin, and before you knew it, things were really sizzling.
So at this point, what am I looking for?
Shrimp, we just want them to just start turning like the pinkish orange. The steak, I like to cook around medium unless somebody specifies. And now we're going to wait here probably 3 more minutes and we'll be ready to start finishing the whole dish.
That's it?
Yep.
Chris really wasn't one for words, and it made me a bit nervous. Maybe he speaks through the art of the cuisine. I'll have to find out later and endure the silence.
You guys do a lot of unique dishes here.
Anything from venison, alligator tail. Now what I'm going to do is take the shrimp out of the pan, we're going to add it right to the veg. And then what we'll do is once this is flipped, we'll crank this back all the way up to high so we can add the wine.
Next, the basil pesto went into the pan, followed by some juicy red tomatoes.
We're going to pop them open. That way it'll release all the juice and the seeds and it'll help make the sauce a little bit more acidic. Watch out, sometimes they squirt.
Yep. So I got my red shirt on.
After that, Chef Chris added the chopped sirloin, followed by the pasta. Mixed it up, and he plated it with shaved Parmesan cheese with freshly cut parsley.
Voila.
Yep, voila.
The man of few words, I believe Chef Chris has more to tell through this dish. I can't wait to dive in.
Brian, looks amazing. What did you bring us?
I have something special. It's the garden pasta, and there's some surprises in there for you.
I see some shrimp and steak, my friend.
Oh, you're gonna have a lot in there.
This is a hearty mouthful.
I'm gonna try some of these roasted peppers.
That, my friend, is an excellent dish, or as we would call it in school, an A+.
Cheers to some fresh food and some fresh brews.
That, my friend, is what we would call, oh, are you kidding me?
Brian and I's next stop is a fan favorite amongst townians and visitors alike. A place that prides itself in using the freshest ingredients. A place that still uses the original recipes from decades ago. And lastly, a place that can lay claim of being the original birthplace of the smiley cookie.
Warner's is a staple here in Titusville. How long is that history?
Mr. Warner's history goes back to 1949. That's when he opened officially Warner's Bakery.
The legend of the smiley cookie.
Mr. Warner was the first person to have that recipe. It's an old-fashioned sugar cookie, sells out every time we make it.
I'm ready to get cooking.
Woohoo!
All right, Kath, here we are. We got a new person here, Hillary.
Yes, this is Hillary. She is our expert at making smiley cookies. She mixed all the ingredients. She has them all set here on the table in order as they go in. She started by measuring butter and shortening.
So I just picked this up.
Pick that up, put it into the sugar.
All right, very carefully here.
Don't lose any.
Yeah.
Next, the mixer went on.
Brian, it sounds like we're starting up an airplane.
We're engaged.
Now we're gonna add the sugar. We're gonna let you do this.
All right.
And be careful not to get any on the floor.
You're making me nervous, Kat.
It's all gotta get in the bowl. If it's on the floor, it doesn't count.
Brian, I feel like I'm getting yelled at here.
You are. You're not doing it right.
After that, in went the vanilla extract.
How much of this goes in?
25 squirts.
25 squirts?
You'll see. 1, 2,
Do I
3.
go like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 23, 24, 25.
Yeah!
The mix ran for 4 minutes. Then we added the eggs.
Permission to engage eggs.
Engage the eggs.
Oh, it's nice technique. Hey, I saw a whole one in there.
You're like an expert.
I never get
Thank
these
you,
compliments.
Kathy. I feel like an expert.
Expert.
Oh, God.
After that, I added the water, but Kathy caught every slip up.
Slowly. Be careful not to let
Yeah.
that mixer blade hit it.
He just wants to dump it right in.
Mr. Quick, 4
That was
times.
his high school nickname.
4.
Okay, do it.
Oh, my God. Okay, that's 5. Oh, my.
Finally, it came time to add the flour, and I was off the hook, or so I thought.
Flower time.
Same technique, but make sure we get it all in there, guys.
I'm worried about this. Could
This one
spill
will
right
get-
out. A little faster, Brian.
Well, she said slow.
But you really are doing very well. I'm not kidding. It's like, sometimes it's like, ooh, she get it all over.
Guy gets the compliments and I get yelled at.
I almost feel like you're flirting with me.
Then the pot came off the mixer and out on the table for prep before the oven.
This is called a sheet roller. Handy dandy machine that every grandma would love to have. Now you're gonna bring it up here.
Okay, I push it
Slide
down to the
yeah,
rollers.
and this is, I'm gonna turn it on.
Oh my God, it scared the heck out of me. Hey, look at that. How did I do?
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
Next, Kathy sliced and diced the cookies, and we placed them onto the tray, and into the oven they went to bake for 8 minutes.
All right, here they are, baby.
And we were ready to get our frost on.
Audrey, what are we gonna be doing?
We are going to be frosting some of our smiley cookies. Taught a lot of people how to frost cookies, and none of them do it as good as me on the first try. So you have a high bar.
I'm ready for the challenge.
And so you do a wipe and a twist. And then from there, you take your spatula and you pull it down. So then you take it again, you do a little crescent moon, wipe it again. You got it pretty smooth. Fix up the edges. You're done.
Brian, you got a clump there.
Okay.
So wipe
Wipe
and
it.
twist. Yep, that's great. And then pull your excess down. Yep. And go ahead and wipe. Yep.
Oh man, now this is the tricky part.
I don't feel like
I thought I
I'm
did pretty good.
Lastly, the final step to adorn our cookies with the legendary smiley face.
One dollop there, One dollop there, one in the middle, and then you do the smiley face in one swoop.
All right, so first dollop.
One eye, yep, two eyes, one in the middle for you, and then the swoop.
Look how happy yours looks. Mine looks psychotic. Let's reap the rewards of our hard work. Cheers.
Cheers. Now that's a cookie.
Excellent.
Well done.
So whenever you're in Titusville, PA, stop in at Warner's Bakery and come hungry.
This is all a one-man job, guys.
That's impossible.
One cannot simply visit Titusville and not carve out time to make a trek to the Drake Well and Museum, a place that chronicles the birth and development of the petroleum industry and its global impact on the entire world.
Sue, Drake Well, right in the background. Why are we here?
Colonel Edwin Laurentine Drake struck oil here August 27, 1859, and that started everything. Pennsylvania was producing the bulk of the world's oil until the 1890s.
What happened? Why don't we see any of these oil rigs anymore in Pennsylvania?
Well, we do, actually. In fact, if the oil gets really hard to find elsewhere, drillers are probably going to come back here, but our rock is so dense, it's just a lot easier to get the oil in Texas or Alaska or elsewhere in the world.
So, Sue, are you telling me that I should buy like 1,000 acres up here?
That hasn't been drilled yet?
Get ready. Oil barons.
Get ready. I want a top hat.
Yeah, so do I. I want a pocket watch.
Yeah, it's time to drill.
Our next stop, the engine house in Derrick, where we met Bill, who was going to give us the lowdown on how Colonel Drake extracted his liquid gold.
What he used was a 6.5 horsepower steam engine, which is this engine right here. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah. There we got it.
Gonna speed it up here. Jumped up, and this is pushing down, and that's it. That's top speed. It won't let it go any faster than that. When you're running at full speed and they're out horizontal, that's called balls out or balls to the wall. That's where the expression comes from.
Really? That wasn't my interpretation.
I had it some.
It was the Indians who discovered that this black stuff burned. They were the ones who actually discovered oil. They slicked their hair back with it, made it nice and shiny and black. You didn't smell good, but you looked good on a date. They drank it for medicine. Oh, a teaspoon of that keeps you running smooth all day, I guarantee.
Clean you right out.
It does. It's a very good lubricant.
All aboard the Bill Express!
Bill's background on the Drake Well was stifling, but our quest for oil knowledge did not end there. Next, we found out about the multi-well pump system that was widely used in the 20th century.
What do we got behind here? It looks like a beast.
It's my favorite. This system could pump up to 20 wells, and these continue to operate in western Pennsylvania, pumping many wells.
We got Stuart here now. He's gonna fire this machine up. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sounds like a little pig.
Yeah.
Permission to engage launch.
And just like that, we were transported back in time. You could almost feel the energy of what it was like to be an early oil tycoon, holding the lifeblood of the world in your hands. So as any great oil tycoon would do, we ended our tour by checking in on one of the pumps.
Well, Sue, here we are, about 300 feet away.
This is a pump jack, and it's taking the horizontal movement of the rods coming out of the central power to the well and transferring it to a vertical, pulling those rods and the working valve from the bottom of the well up to the surface, bringing that oil up with it.
Sue, what's our chances of getting some of this black gold?
I think we can set you up.
Looks like we're gonna strike it rich, Brian. Sue, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Our next destination landed us back in town to a very special house with an incredible story of a woman who was a pioneer in changing journalism forever.
Grace, Ida Tarbell. Who was she?
She was an investigative journalist. She was really one of the first. There were newspapers, but there wasn't really an expectation that journalists would verify that what their sources said was true. So they were really the ones who decided we should actually put research into this and focus more on informing the public than selling papers.
You look around, beautiful. The restoration, gorgeous. the staircase behind us. Amazing, me as a woodworker, how they bent and twisted that wood. How long did she live here?
She came here when she was 12, and then she lived here until she was in her late teens.
You walk around the house, I see a lot of framed political cartoons.
They pertain to the oil region, Standard Oil, and Ida Tarbell herself because she was a national figure.
Ida and Rockefeller.
Rockefeller started gathering up the companies, the independent oil producers, when Ida was about 15, and that made a profound impact on her because her father was one of those producers. He was determined not to sell out, and it ended up financially ruining him. Rockefeller, he wasn't really one for reading his bad press, so he was aware that her writings were damaging his reputation, and so he disliked her on principle, and she tended to dislike him because of his company's immoral conduct, and then also because of what he did to the oil region. Her history of the Standard Oil Company definitely brought to light a lot of the things that were going on that the people inside knew, but the general public didn't. And that allowed a suit to be brought against Standard Oil, which eventually did break it up and led to antitrust legislation.
So you're saying Ida's investigative reporting is key to that antitrust law?
Oh, certainly. She was the one who ran down all the information, got the sources to talk. She actually got an interview with one of Standard's inside men, which was unheard of at the time. She also spoke to some of the workers whose consciences were weighing on them quite heavily. One of them was a 17-year-old boy who was tasked to burn the company records. Her influence and her reputation for honesty and putting together all the facts definitely helped with breaking up Standard Oil and gathering the information that was needed to do that.
All right, Brian, I think there's one more thing left to do. Hit that cupola upstairs.
Time to climb the tower.
Grace's expertise on Ida Tarbell was second to none. As for Brian and I, when we got to the top, we found the chessboard, and we just had to square off against each other.
Let's get these horses out of the stable.
As I like to say, giddy up.
It's not often that our filming schedules line up with festivals that so many of our destinations have throughout the year. But this time, luck was on our side. And with a little Titusville magic, we hit the streets to check out the iconic oil festival. First stop, Hawks.
So here we are, Hawks, and I've been looking forward to this for a long time because my Aunt Betty used to make ham loaf. You guys make ham loaf.
We do.
Your ham loaf recipe, how old is it?
75 years old. We grill our ham loaf, and then we throw a pineapple on and grill it, and then we just wrap it up. It's the bomb. It is the bomb.
I agree, but if we're doing a comparison, we gotta have it fresh. Naked style.
Yeah.
So naked style. Naked style.
We need this thing naked.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, absolutely. That sweetness, what a perfect touch to the loaf.
Thank you.
Aunt Betty would be proud.
Thank you.
Hawks lived up to its legendary name, but we had room for another food truck, Magic Bus.
Back here, Magic Bus.
What are we gonna be cooking up?
It's a mac and brisket burrito, basically destroying culture in one fell swoop with a delicious hunk of Americana.
How long do you smoke your brisket?
22 hours.
22 hours.
22 hours. And some queso. We got our borracho beans, pintos, and black beans. Sorry about that, that's a mess.
But a burrito won't be a burrito without a mess.
I don't recommend eating our food while driving. Our Southern style mac and cheese. It's a 5-cheese mac and cheese.
What's the
It's
purpose
ludicrous.
of the mac and cheese?
It tastes good. We're not allowed to swear on this thing, are we?
And you said this is all fat-free.
Yeah, it is. It's on the keto diet. This is our smoked brisket.
The 22-hour magic there.
House made CTG, Carolina Tango.
You came up with that on your own?
We make that up ourselves, yeah. We do that here in house. A little sour cream. Figure out a way to wrap this thing and not break the bank.
And I think that knife cut's coming right at the end, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Woo!
All right, here we go. You're in a little bit of trouble on that Saturday morning. You're going right to the Magic Bus for the fixer-upper.
Talk about the ultimate comfort food. I was so comforted by this, I felt like Joe was holding me. That's how comfortable I was.
Well, Brian, when in Titusville, look up Joey, right to the Magic Bus, and get one of these puppies.
Absolutely.
We checked out a few other vendors, like Curbside Street Company, who makes a slammin' smash burger. But before we wrapped up this Titusville trip, there was still one thing left to do. With a full belly, we were ready to tackle the main event, the annual Titusville Oil Fest Parade. And this year, it was gonna feature the caddy, donned in red, white, and blue.
Hi, everybody. Hey, kids. Candy kids. There you go.
Brian, don't flirt with the ladies.
Hi, everybody. There you go. Hey, thank you. Hey, everybody, wave to the camera.
It's days like this you remember what America is all about, enjoying freedom, family, and friends in a celebration of the past, combined with a positive outlook on the future. We had a blast in Titusville, Pennsylvania, and felt honored to visit such a small town with so much rich history. This little hamlet is filled with people, places, and things that gives you a certain excitement inside, making you feel right at home. So until next time, I'm Nick Kessler.
And I'm Brian Fulmer. Stay curious, my friends.
Safe travels.